What's up? Welcome back. It's another week, another day, another dollar. I'm John Starr from MacMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and we're going to talk about Best Actress again because I'm just going to keep talking about a category every week until we have an Oscars. I don't know, man. So that's what we're doing here on my channel. In addition to being blind and doing movie reviews, I also want to see if I can correctly predict the Oscars this year. Last week I did my updated top 10 Best Picture predictions, which I'm not really, I don't feel like I made any, I don't, like, nothing has changed in my mind for what for what I said for last week. So I'm not like regretting it or being like, oh, I don't know, guys. I mean, there are films that I'm rooting for to see them like make more of an advance in the race. I just don't see them there. There's some films that I think I'm more excited for because of my taste in film. So like studio heads, if just send me, is this thing on? Just send me a copy of that, please. I don't really want to go. I don't want to go track down a screening of it. But I think it's of the remaining films that are maybe not the most obvious. Like obviously, I want to see the second half of Wicked because I'm a completionist. But like of the other ones, really, I think Is This Thing On is the one that I'm looking forward to the most, possibly. Um, just to see whether or not Will Arnett just brings it home. But this is Best Actress. Last time I did have Julia Roberts in After the Hunt, a film which I'm kind of being obstinate about because I feel like it's going to be sent to me like pretty soon anyway. And it should be on Amazon in like 5 minutes. So I don't know when we're planning on dropping this movie, but it's got to be like the film did not do well at the box office, and it's been about a month. So based on the streaming life of things, yeah, we should be getting there. So who's in, who's out? Who told their story? I also watch a bunch of other people, so if you hear me reference another channel, that's why, is because I don't live in a bubble. I don't I kind of try to see where other people are headed. I think, especially, because For Your Consideration did actress recently. It just lined up that way. I'm going to do actress, actor, supporting actor, supporting actor, by the way, just to say that in advance. I just did picture and then director and then back around again. So I think they went a little hard on Cynthia Erivo. I don't think she's winning. I think it's Jessie Buckley, and I think they're wrong. I still think this is Jessie Buckley's win. I think her role in Hamnet is the kind of film that they're going to vote for. And Cynthia Erivo, we're giving far too much credit. I think it would be fun if they did give it to Cynthia Erivo, since we haven't had another black actress win since Halle Berry, the only one ever. I don't think it's going to go to Cynthia Erivo for the second half of Wicked. Um, I haven't seen it yet. She does have a lot of stuff. I'm one of the people who kind of thinks I'm a little bit more hesitant about the Ariana Grande of it all because I need to see what they did with her character because she doesn't naturally have that much to do in Act Two. She just kind of has for good. Whereas, Elphaba has all of this other shit she has to do anyway, like No Good Deed, As Long as You're Mine. She had all the numbers anyway, and for good. So she already had some beast mode numbers, and I thought she was pretty solid. Once the category started to open up, sorry. So my number one is Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. My number two is Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, because I do think she's going to happen. I don't I don't know if they're both going to happen. I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that question. We'll find out when I get back to supporting actress. So who else is going to get in? Um, I still think Renato Rhinesfield's going to look good for sentimental value. I'm saying that even after Neon and I have been having, I would say, fun conversations about their choice to not have audio description on their titles this year and what that means for blind people going into cinema. And I'm going to have a really hard time with this year as a blind film critic, considering of their 5 international releases that they're campaigning, they only put audio description on one, and it's no other choice, which is such an odd thing to skip over sentimental value which has Elle Fanning. I don't understand. I don't understand that decision. So, but I think Renata is going to get in here for supporting for Best Actress for Sentimental Value. We have enough international voters. She's earned enough clout. She's been in other things other than Worst Person in the World, where she's gotten critical acclaim. She was in films last year. I think she was in Armand, and she got praise for that. So, and she was in Handling the Dead, I believe. So I've seen her in a couple things popping up, and yeah, I think she's ready for her moment here in America for people to know who she is and get that nomination. So those are three slots out of the gate. So who are the other contenders? Those are the three that I'm pretty much locked in. So Julia Roberts, I wanted it to happen for her because it's like it lines up, but then again, like it was. Now I'm starting to think that people who line up with like something, it's never going to happen for them. Because last year it was like, oh, it's perfect because it's 25 years after Angelina's first win for Girl Interrupted, and then Maria just just died. So Julia Roberts, 25 years after Aaron Brockovich, had After the Hunt. And everybody was like, oh my God, 25 years later, Julia Roberts and After the Hunt. And to be fair, she did get great reviews for it. And I think After the Hunt could still get her like a Golden Globe nomination because they do have like 12 spots. So do I think Julia Roberts could be a Golden Globe nominee for Best Actress in a Drama for After the Hunt? Yes, I do, because it's still viable. So it's still a viable contender, but I think that might be the only place she shows up this year. Um, so no Julia Roberts, I'm sorry. Bye. Uh, I loved Tessa Thompson and Hedda, but that movie's not registering anywhere. That movie's just it got a Gotham nomination for her. I don't think Amazon quite can mount the campaign for it. They really have to go for it, and the fact that it like went from it's kind of already kind of dying on Prime Video. It's a little too early to die on Prime Video. So I'm going to go to no with Tessa Thompson. I also a no on Emma Stone for Begonia. I have been, and I've kind of been obstinate about it, honestly, because I think, like, who's voting for her? Like, she's really good, but I keep hearing Begonia is not an Oscar movie, but Emma Stone's really good. The problem is that she just won her second Oscar. So in the great sort of cheering people on race, are you rooting for her to win a third? I don't understand what the flex is here. And I think there is a little bit, people have they tried to ignore that with DiCaprio, but it's been a little bit harder for him to get nominated since he won for The Revenant. Like, he didn't get nominated for Don't Look Up, and he didn't get nominated for Killers of the Flower Moon. And I think once you're at a point where people feel like that they, you know, gave you I mean, Emma has now two trophies and even less reason to be invited to the ceremony unless they're trying to make her the next Meryl Streep, which would be interesting. I think she's like sixth place. Like if some other things don't pan out, if some other films just don't stay the course, I think Emma's floating there. I think she'll get votes, but I just don't know that it's a passion thing. Begonia opened kind of early in the season. It's gonna have to run a campaign to kind of keep her involved. I don't know that Jesse Plemons is really a strong lock for actor. I don't know where it shows up. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep Emma out of the race as well for right now. Um, uh, who else do we have? We got Laura Dern. I mentioned Is This Thing On? She's running in lead for that. I think she's probably going to miss out, although Is This Thing On is one of those films that feels like it could be a late stage contender if audiences got behind it. It feels like the kind of thing. There's some films where it's like, okay, so maybe audiences will love it and it'll send it through. We have less of that now because we don't put those kind of movies in theaters, but it used to happen with movies like Something's Gotta Give, As Good as It Gets. We used to have films where where critics liked them enough and then audiences loved them, and it just panned out. I know those are both Jack Nicholson movies, but um, I don't know. Meryl Streep's nominations for Devil Wears Prada and Julia and Julia. The Help would be another one. The late stage campaign for Hidden Figures. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have these films that are like crowd pleasers and they kind of slip in. And if you have like a bleak looking top 10 and people go, is this thing on? That's kind of why I want to see and feel the tone of it. Because if it can balance and be a solid dramedy, I might be able to get in. But I'm going to say no to Laura Dern for right now. I also question whether or not Sydney Sweeney can get in for Chrissy. The film doesn't have great reviews, but she does. She's an interesting player because I want to see how she shows up over the course of the season. I think she's a lot closer to the 5. I'm interested to see how Black Bear runs an awards campaign and what they're willing to pay for to get the film out there. I haven't seen Chrissy yet, but I think, is it too early for Sydney Sweeney? Does it feel like it's the right time for her? Maybe it could be, maybe not. But I'm going to leave Sydney Sweeney out of the conversation for right now. Also Chase Infinity for One Battle After Another. I think she's really new. And I don't think One Battle is going to get every nomination for every actor. I've seen people do that, and I look at them and I go, you shouldn't be predicting Oscars. I've seen people do picture, director, Leo, Chase, Sean Penn, Benicio, Tiana, and Regina. And I'm just like, that's obnoxious. Please go away now. Like, what? No. This is not the fucking Godfather. It's a good film, but Chase is a newcomer, and she's going to get a lot of newcomer awards. And just the fact that she's included in the conversation at all and might get like a Golden Globe nomination, I think is profound enough for her heading into awards season. Netflix doesn't really have like a massively obvious contender here in terms of their slate of films. When you look at, I don't know, I'll even go to Steve, right? So let's go back to Steve, the Cillian Murphy movie. But Steve, House of Dynamite, Ballad of a Small Player, Frankenstein, Train Dreams, Jay Kelly, Wake Up Dead Man. Did I forget something? I think I said Frankenstein. So yeah, like, where's the female lead? So I guess it's Rebecca Ferguson. So Netflix kind of doesn't really have a female lead to push here. So I don't think Rebecca Ferguson is getting in for House of Dynamite. So I guess you want to see somebody who I do think is going to get in. It's not Emily Blunt for The Smashing Machine. I don't think that's happening for her. Even if it happens for Dwayne, I don't think that film is strong enough to carry both of them. I don't think... I've been kind of defending the fact that box office does not really matter, which is a good thing for Chrissy because that movie did not do well on opening weekend. A lot of films have not done well, but for everything, like, a lot of these Oscar dramas keep opening and they keep kind of bombing at the box office, including Begonia. I don't think box office matters. Last year they nominated The Apprentice in both actor and supporting actor from Briarcliff. I think if your performance stands out enough, you'll get the nomination. So I don't really think, and Dwayne Johnson, if he campaigns it, I think he can stay in the race. I don't know that he can carry another person with him, and Emily's already gotten a nomination, so there's not as much passion this time around to push her to a nomination. So who do I have in the race? I'll throw you another bone. I think it's time for Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I think this is going to be time for her. A24 is going to run a campaign for her. It's a difficult film from all that everybody keeps saying is a hard watch. You know what else was a hard watch and still got the actress to a nomination? Blonde. Ana de Armas in Blonde. So, I think Rose has been around and has worked with enough people, and she's done some dramatic work before earlier in her career. She's known primarily for comedy, so this will seem a little bit kind of a departure for her. But I think of the performances this year, so I think she's in. As far as everybody else, I loved June Squibb and Eleanor the Great. I just don't think that's happening for her. Um, I I don't think there's a lead in Marty Supreme, a lead actress. I know we've talked about Kate Hudson for Song Song Blue, and she's apparently really good in that. Uh, I'm hesitant to see that film's campaign because let's face it, the last film that Kate Hudson was in that got any sort of awards buzz turned out to be kind of a non-starter, even though she did pick up a nomination somewhere like the Globes. You know what I'm talking about, the autism movie that she was in. Uh, I maybe Song Song Blue, you know, maybe she is. Some people have said she's really great in it, but the movie's, you know. We're hearing that a lot, right? She's great. The movie's, we can make a category of those women, but and the nominees for best actress in a film that was, are so. Um, but yeah, I'm not thinking Kate is a strong contender in this race this year. I don't think Neon has another actress contender out of their slate, unless I'm missing something. I don't think, yeah, some of these other studios that are running little films up the hill, that are trying to get these little films up the hill, I don't see them. So I'm down to my final two. The two people, two performances I haven't mentioned yet, and I'm going to mention, and it's Jennifer Lawrence for Die My Love and Amanda Seyfried for The Testament of Anne Lee. Two films that are, I think, polarizing, to say the least. Now, Jennifer Lawrence's Die My Love is something that critics liked. Audiences just gave it like a D plus cinema score. So it was never a film that they were going to love anyway. It's a tough watch. It's not even a film. It's a film that I loved because of when I saw it, and needing mental health help at the time, and feeling heard and seen by that film. But it is by far, Jennifer Lawrence is like, she's doing a lot in that film. She's all over the place. She's bouncing off the walls. And part of the reason I have her here is it's produced by Martin Scorsese, and I haven't discounted that. The power of Scorsese to get this film out to people and to host screenings, you know, and get people to talk about Die My Love, the film that he's producing. So I don't want to say Jennifer Love, Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Oh my God, could you imagine she was in the film this year? That was actually getting like awards praise. Um, but on the other side, there's Amanda Seyfried, who's in Testament of Anne Lee, which is this weird sort of musical that's coming at the end of the year at Christmas time, from Fox Searchlight. They're really hoping that that thing will play out, and the reviews on that have been mixed, but also like, oh, Amanda Seyfried seems great. So it seems like another film where the audiences are going to be like, I don't know about this movie. But I think there's a lot of films this year where it's like the audience is like, I don't know about this movie, man. I don't know what we're doing here. What is this? What have you done to me? What are these movies? I don't know. I think that's why people look at someone like Cynthia Erivo, right, in Wicked, and they go, well, she's gonna win because it's the only film that wide audiences are gonna actually appreciate and love. She's got that on lockdown. Even when you look at crowd pleasers like Sinners, which made a ton of money, there's no lead actress there. There's no lead actress to Sinners. So, depending on where you're getting generous, unless Zoe Saldana gets nominated for Avatar: Fire and Water, Fire and Ash, whatever, there isn't really somebody who's looking to come in from like a blockbuster type movie, from like a, you know, a big crowd pleasing, entertaining smash hit film, God, even Weapons, right? Amy Madigan's in supporting. So, I so between Amanda Seyfried, Jennifer Lawrence, um, I I'm interested to see Mubi's campaign, but I also don't want to discount Fox Searchlight. Um, I'm gonna lean towards Jennifer Lawrence right now, not because I saw the movie, but because I was reminded Martin Scorsese's producing it, and I want to see how that gets legs. So it's basically I kept the same four actresses and I swapped uh, Julia Roberts for Jennifer Lawrence because my top four are the same. Rose Byrne was my number 5 last time. She's my number 4. My top 3 are the same as the last time I did this category. Um, but yeah, I think that's it. I think the ones that I'm watching the most are like Amanda Seyfried, probably I guess Emma Stone. I'll keep paying attention to how much people want to give her an award throughout the season. Maybe maybe I don't know, Sydney Sweeney. But I think Amanda's probably the last one who could really shake at this race. But more people that thing needs to open, and man, that's Christmas. So we'll see at Christmas what the reaction broadly is to The Testament of Anne Lee. And also, by that point, I think it will have gotten or not gotten a Golden Globe nomination. Probably will, because again, we have like 12 actresses to nominate. But even though Die My Love did not do like banner box office, a lot of films are not going to do banner box office. These films are going to be so disappointing, and it's going to be like Wicked is going to do like opening weekend what all of the other the other 4 actresses' films are going to do in their cumulative domestic run to put together. So it's not even balanced. But those are my nominees. So we're going with, just in case you fell asleep and or you cut to the end of the video to see. Okay, cut to the chase. What are you doing? I think Jesse's winning. I've said that before. That's the one that I think I feel most comfortable in predicting. So Jesse, Cynthia, Renata, Rose, and Jennifer. Jennifer surged, but not because I saw it. I mean, it helps that I've seen it to know that it's not like a garbage performance, but this is not like a recent, like, oh my God, her performance transcended and she made it. I was like, so Martin Scorsese is a producer. That's fun. What are we going to do with that? So while I was sitting there trying to figure out who the last couple people are, I was like, I wonder how much weight Scorsese carries in awards season. Let's find out. So if you're wondering what the deciding factor was, it was Martin Scorsese. It wasn't really anything else. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll be back next week. Until then, I'll see you guys on the other side.